Hi folks, listen, I suppose I'm just going to talk as naturally and as from the heart and from the head as I possibly can. I've done one other video before in relation to the water charges, and I've done another video with my husband. We've done a song also in relation to the water charges. So I've wanted to do this video for a long time. I'm camera shy, you wouldn't think, and many friends would probably be giggling about that now, but I am. But this is really close to my heart, and it's about Repeal the 8th. Now, I'm sure we've heard it all over the news, we've seen it in the newspaper. I'm not going to give you an education lesson in what the exact wording of Repeal the 8th is. If you want to know, get online, you can just Google it and you'll find out. But what I can tell you is some of the consequences, let's say, of Repeal the 8th. And, you know, like even making this video, I could lose friends and family over this, where I stand on it. Because I've seen the posts, I've seen the rhetoric, I've seen the propaganda, you know, I've even seen the, you know, oh well, what if your child was raped? And, you know, really kind of horrific incidents. But I'm like, listen, they're all kind of, yes, they are cases, but, you know, let's get some facts, let's get some numbers about what are the real cases like. And people who talk about, you know, oh, well, I don't think a woman should just have one just because, and, you know, I'm like, well, okay, so if you forgot to take your pill, or you're on antibiotics and your pill didn't work, you should have that child for the rest of your life. What is it, like a punishment? You know, how dare you? So anyway, I can only do a short video. I hope you're open-minded. Listen, I am very open-minded myself, but I don't think we could go all day about the argument is when did life start, when does life start. But you know, for me, I'm always going to be pro-woman, and it's going to be about trusting women. So look, I have a couple of facts here that were compiled by Parents for Choice in Pregnancy and Childbirth in Ireland. Now, I didn't need to see these facts. I've met women through my life that have had abortions, and I've never had to have one. I've never had to make the unfortunate decision. I have been asked, I was recently doing leaflet drops in, down the village, down in Woodford. I was walking around with my sister who lives with Down syndrome. And I remember arguing with people online, and they were like, oh, well, what if somebody had Down syndrome and all? Like, would you abort them then? And I was like, listen, the point is, I'm not saying I would, but I am no position to tell another woman if she should have the child. I mean, look, if you don't agree with one, you don't do it. It's literally that simple. You don't agree with it, you don't do it. Okay, so let's say, look, it's like 92% of abortions are carried out within 13 weeks. Like, that would be even sooner. They could be done within 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks. It's a tablet. But it's the financial aspects of getting from Ireland to England, or waiting for the pills to be delivered online, you know. I mean, they're happening anyway. This is what gets me. I mean, you know, they're happening anyway, right? So let's say adoption, right? So why don't you have the child and give it up for an adoption? So let's say you have 4 kids and you're on your 5th kid, and it's like, oh my God, how can I afford it? For whatever reason, my marriage is breaking down, I can't do it. If you want to give that child up for adoption, you have to declare yourself unfit as a mother. That means you're also unfit for all your other children. So, okay, I'll just let that one sink in. Let me see. Over half of those accessing abortions, they're actually already parents. It's not, nobody naive. So these are not teenagers walking up and going, oh, I slept down the corner, so, you know, now I want an abortion. You know, it's wrong. The numbers don't lie, right? Let me see. I mean, there's so many of them. I mean, I know people that have found out at 5 months that their child was not going to make it. Now, in one instance, fine. Some people think, well, at least you got to hold your child. Other women felt like walking coffins. They had to hold around a child that was dying. They had other children at home. They had to, you know, they couldn't grieve. They couldn't start the process, all because of the heartbeat. And the child died, and the child was going to die. It's not somebody that's down a back alley having a quickie, then coming out and going, I want an abortion. That is an illusion. That's not the truth. The truth is in the numbers. You know, listen, we're never going to be equal in society if we are not trusted. Who am I not to trust another woman of her judgment? You know, like, we all see people with Down syndrome especially being paraded out, and I mean, that's great. I've also people with Down syndrome who are quadriplegic, who require nappy changes, who require their grandparents to change their sanitary towels. you know, trying to give them dignity for the life. I mean, I applaud them. I probably would do it myself, you know. But should I make another woman do it? No. No, it's it. It was always for me the question, like with the Irish water, like whatever way you feel, whether you feel you should pay, whether we need new pipes, whatever, you know, whatever it is. But it was the question of whether you believed, you know, that a private company should have a water, and the truth was no. And I had many people said, no, of course I don't want a private company to have it. Well, our government should be in charge of it. It should be run by our country. So again, it's this case here. It's like, do we trust women? Like, us women have to back other women. And listen, if you are 52 years of age and under in this country, you know you've never had a voice. You've never had a say. You've never been able to stand up and go, listen, I think women should be trusted. I think those that went to college for 7 years and work in maternity hospitals and all, I think they should be trusted. And I think them with their psychiatrists, they should be trusted, and their partners, they should be trusted. I mean, it's that simple. We've just got to trust women. And you know, as well, it just, I suppose on the final point, as I said, I have many notes. I can only do a short video, I'm sure, but I have many notes. But it's also a class issue, right? Look, abortion is not going to stop anyway. Abortion happens. Women travel from here to England. They do it, okay? But see, the people that are poor, they can't do it. They can't do it. They're being punished, right? Because it is a class issue. If you have a few bob, you find out that you're pregnant, you're in your 40s, late in life, and you decide you want change. You find out you're pregnant, you go, God, you go over to England, you have the abortion, you're done. You find out you're 45, you're pregnant, you're here, your marriage broke up, you've got 6 other kids, and you're already poor. Welcome to your 7th child. Okay, on that note, friends, just debate me, comment. I have no problem, I'm open-minded. Repeal the 8th.